Yo, what is up, everybody? Prime Dice here again with another video. Yes, at last I bought some glasses. My previous glasses actually got broken. Well, it didn't break on its own. That's a story that I'm going to tell as well today and whatever. So again, another day with another vlog and everything. I really hope that you guys are enjoying my vlogs. I mean, it has been only one vlog that I've actually have done. The other one that I did, I really didn't like it. I deleted it and all that stuff. And yesterday was a rough day for me. Okay. In today's video, we are going to be talking about accountability, son. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, I know that accountability nowadays is just out the door. It's like that shit doesn't exist barely. Aside from accountability, it's also like empathy, right? But I really want to talk accountability because I feel that not many people know what accountability is or how to even do accountability. I mean, to be honest, look, it is so rare to find people that have accountability nowadays that sometimes it's not even worth it sometimes to even argue with people, whenever they have their ego up there and whatever, etc. So look, I'm gonna tell you a story what happened to me yesterday and how today I rectified my mistake and I was accountable for all my stuff and whatever. Accountability, I mean, for those that don't even know what accountability is, I mean, just look it up on Google or whatever. But my definition of accountability is that whenever you screw up or whenever you need to do something and you don't do it, that's when you need to have accountability of your actions or your inaction as well, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're supposed to do something like lose weight or whatever, and you're not doing it, guess what? You don't have accountability for yourself and whatever. If you commit a mistake, so on and so forth. You know where I'm going with this, right? So again, if you're enjoying this type of content, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. I really hope that you enjoy this content. For all the people that have been following me and everything, etc., don't forget to like the video, comment down below what you think about today's topic and everything, and hopefully I will see you on my stream as well. Yeah, so accountability, right? um yesterday, I don't know if you guys were paying attention to my Discord or whatnot, but yesterday I came over to work, right? I'm driving over to work, and it's raining. It took me like an hour and 15 or an hour and 25 minutes for me to get to work. Okay. One, usually there's traffic, but two, it was raining on top of that. For whatever reason, whenever it's raining, people are stupid. I don't know. Like, people forget how to drive, people forget how to accelerate their car, they forget how to, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what it is with rain and everything. I'm assuming because people want to have precaution or whatever. It's right. I'm not saying speed or whatever, but bro, like, we're on the highway. Don't go fucking 50 miles an hour or 45 miles an hour. Shit doesn't even make sense. It's like, bro, really? But anyway, right? I'm on my way. I'm on my way to work. And ever since I got out of my house, I'm thinking to myself, I forgot something. I don't know what the hell I forgot, but I know that I forgot something. And as I'm in traffic and I'm sitting there in traffic, hating the damn world and shit, I'm like touching, I'm like, what did I forget? And guess what I forgot, guys? My damn nicotine patch. I'm like, bro, of all the days that I have actually forgotten that, I forgot it yesterday. So yesterday was a like bro, like, I really didn't have no temper whatsoever. I was such in an angry mood that it really doesn't even make sense. So up until that point, got to work, like, everything that people were saying to me is like, should I fight? Should I not fight? Should I stay quiet? I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay quiet because this is nobody's problem. It's my problem, right? Because nobody told me to get addicted to nicotine. Nobody told me to. So it's on me. So I can't lash out on people. I will try my best not to, right? So I am in charge of taskers. There's some tasks that needs to be done and whatever, and sometimes I send them out, or most of the time I send them out, and people don't read my emails. People don't follow up. People don't do nothing, right? And that shit pisses me off. Usually I stay quiet. I don't say nothing. I'm like low key or whatever. But yesterday was one of those days that I was not having it, right? So I get sent a list of the people that still needs to complete some certain things, right? And I send that out over to the different companies. And I sent over a spicy email. It's like, hey, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys are receiving this message or this email or whatever, etc. But this needs to be completed by 1400. That's 2 p.m. My time, and it needs to be done because this is ridiculous. Whatever, blah blah, so on and so forth. Then I sent the email out and whatever, and then two of the companies told me, "Hey, these guys don't belong to us no more. They actually got broken out of the company and they formed a new company, right?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I have misinformation, right? So at this point, I'm already looking stupid, just because I acted based off emotion. I trusted the source that sent it over because it was like higher. It was higher up that sent that information over to me. So I trusted that was accurate, right? Guess what? It wasn't accurate. Guess who looked stupid and like an imbecile and that didn't know what he was talking about? Me. Why? Because I let my emotions get to me, and I let my emotions actually speak for me before I actually had a minute to talk. I mean, to think, right? So today I get in. So obviously, like one of my leadership, they're like, "Hey, Sergeant Scott, I know you're going through the nicotine stuff and whatever, but you sent out that email. You didn't validate the information, and obviously, you know that, like, and for the next time, please validate before whatever. And I was like, yeah. Like, I really wanted to say something. My idea, I was like, hey, sir, um, if it gets sent from higher up, they're supposed to actually send me the correct information and whatever, etc. But since yesterday I was in a good mindset because that was the nicotine withdrawal talking. I decided to choose that battle and not fight it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna say shut up. I'm gonna acknowledge and say Roger, and okay, perfect. Moving on. But I was pissed off at that. It's like, why the fuck are you coming at me when they are the ones that actually sent this information out and whatever, so on and so forth, right? So I come in today. This time I do have my patch on. I have the 14 milligrams on right now. And I started talking to one of my coworkers. Well, he's a civilian. He's not a green suiter. He's not in the army. So he's a civilian. I was like, hey, man, I have a question. This is what happened yesterday. How do you see it? Because I trust your judgment, and I want to see if I am in the wrong or if there's something that I'm missing. And of course, there was something that I was missing. He explained it to me in a way that I was like, hey, I know higher up sends that information out. It's not that you need to validate, but you need to put yourself in their shoes in a way. And so I'm going to use army lingo, right? How many battalions are there, right? So you can look at battalions like different leadership offices, right? And how many stations, how many companies are in each battalion, right? So they can't keep track of all of them, even if they wanted to, because the change that happened whenever the little office got separated was recent, and until maybe next year they will not have that information accurate. I didn't know that shit. I was like, oh, okay. So he went on and he gave an explanation for him. He was like, look, whenever I send something out, even if it comes from higher, always validate, just because I'm the one working in the current AO, right? That area of operation. I'm the one that is I'm more directly connected to the information that is needed from our area. So it's easier for me to validate and verify before I actually sent out an email or whatever, etc. And that is my way of actually, before I send a spicy email out. He said, I'm gonna steal that saying that you say, a spicy email. Before I send that, I send out a spicy email. I make sure to validate and whatever, so on and so forth. And that shit just clicked with me. I was like, oh shit, okay, so I was in the wrong. even though I wasn't 100% like in the wrong, but sending out the spicy email wrongfully before validating, that's the part that I was like, hey, yeah, for sure, But again, like I was in the wrong, so I was like, hey, you know what? Perfect, I understand. I am going to send out an email, apologizing, and being accountable for this that I did. Okay. Um, so that's what I did. Earlier, I sent out an email like apologizing, seeing where my flaws were and everything. And I was like, hey, I really do apologize for this. I was in the wrong. I take full accountability for my actions. And moving forward, I am going to begin to validate and go more thorough in the information before I sent out an email, maybe a bad email or whatever, etc. So again, if I didn't say if I hurt anybody's feeling, but it was like along those lines. It's like if this email was taken like the wrong way or whatever, then again, like this is the system that I'm going to put in place and whatever, so on and so forth. I'm just taking accountability for my actions. I could have died on that hill. It's like, oh yeah, but they're supposed to validate, blah blah, etc. But does that make sense? It's like when I'm directly working over here for the information that is needed and whatnot. So I sent out the email, I sent out the correct information, whatever, boom, everything got resolved, boom. That's it. Maybe I got respect points for that because obviously I see my leadership as well. So they're tracking that, hey, I'm doing this, I'm taking accountability or whatever. It's not that they asked me to do it or anything like that. It's just me as a person, when I'm wrong, my ego sometimes can be high and whatnot, but that is if I'm doing a good job or whatever, but I will always be humble at the same time, it's like I will never do nothing to brag or whatever, but when I'm wrong, I will own that shit. Whenever I do something wrong, I will own that shit. It's that simple. And another thing that I want to tell you guys when it comes to accountability is that yesterday when I got home, obviously I didn't use the patch throughout the whole day. I was really irritable, or however the hell you say that word. Like I was really angry. And obviously my family is high energy. It's like my wife, well, not my wife that much, but my kids are, especially my 2-year-old son. His energy is like so damn high. So I told my wife, look, babe, I need you to give me the vape, the one that has nicotine in it, because I need to regulate my emotions quick, so that way I don't take it out on you guys. And my wife, since she is trying to support me, at first via text message, she was like, nah, I'm not going to give it to you, just put the patch or shoot the gum and whatever, etc. But when she saw me, that I walked through that door and she saw my face and my aura or whatever, like she knows me, she was like, you know what, here you go. Don't use it that much, just use it until whatever. Boom. I think I took like from 3 to 6 puff, from the vape. Emotion regulated. I give it back to her. And I was like, hey babe, here, put it away. I got, like, I'm good now, let me put the patch, and I went on with my day, So obviously accountability again. I don't need to be telling you guys this, but I like to do it just so that way, if you guys, so you guys see that, like, look, I don't bullshit around when it comes to accountability or whatever. The other day when I was drinking or whatever, I told you guys, hey, I failed. I'm using nicotine right now, etc., so on and so forth. Because I'm drinking, whatever. If you guys want to shoot me out and talk shit about me, like 100% is viable, so that way I can feel the wrath and whatever. Um, and I really do appreciate like all the support and everything that you guys have been giving me as well. And shit was rough. It's like yesterday shit was rough. And then obviously I stream on Discord, HOA and whatever. So I was just vibing with Gregory and whatever. Just low key and whatnot. But yeah. I feel that if most people will take accountability for their errors, their actions, and whenever they mess up, I feel that maybe work environment or relationships will be way better, to be honest. Just think about it. If people were honest whenever they make a mistake, then okay, perfect. Then that person that made the mistake or whatever, one, for me and my books, that will be like instant respect. It's like shit, like, because not many people will actually do that. And two, it gives you an opportunity for you to be a better person, to grow as a professional, to grow as a dad, as a husband, as a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, whatever the hell, it goes a long way, that it takes guts and balls and whatever to do it, of course, because nobody likes admitting that they're wrong. But guess what, bro? Like, we're humans at the end of the day. We are going to mess up. That's part of our nature, It's like, but at the end of the day, it's learning from your mistakes. You know, I learned from my mistakes. Okay, I forgot the patch and whatever. Guess what? I need to be more mindful for that. Boom, set up a reminder. Boom, have the patch on now. Messed up at work, sent out a spicy email. I was in the wrong. Okay, perfect. Boom, I apologize, and now I have a system in place that before I jump to conclusions and whatever, etc. I need to, if I'm going through something, like if I'm stressed or something, if I'm really emotional or whatever, let me regulate emotions. Let's find out about this and that and whatever, etc. Okay, perfect. Let's send out the email, or hey, you need to make this correction because this is not accurate, whatever, so on and so forth. So it just helps me at the end of the day, by being accountable with myself and everything. Right now, I am on a journey to lose 20 pounds, for example. So far, all the way since Monday, I started walking. And today, when I get home, I'm going to walk again. Right now it's 99 degrees outside. Guess what? Right now, I'm heading over to pick up my daughter from school. And guess what? When I get home, I'm gonna take a shit most likely, because I need to take a shit, and then I'm gonna step out and I'm gonna go for a walk. It can be 104 degrees, 105. I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna go for a walk. Obviously, I've been drinking a lot of water. Recently as well. I have not been drinking since last Saturday or whatever. But I'm gonna go for a walk. And stay hydrated while I'm walking or whatever. Listen to music, maybe listen to some books and whatnot. Why? Because my goal is to lose 20 pounds. I'm 193 right now, and I want to get all the way down to 173. That was the weight that I was whenever I got here to Texas. So that is the goal. So I'm being accountable for me, for my health and everything. Who knows? Maybe all the pain that I'm having with my knees and everything, just because I'm 20 extra pounds. So it's either you stop complaining about shit, or you start doing something about it. Because most of the time it's like, what's the point of me saying that I'm fat, and I'm not doing nothing to trim down that fat? At that point, it's just, hey, problem, just shut the fuck up. It's like, you're always complaining about that you're fat and you're not doing nothing about it. 100% real, right? So that's why I've been saying it, just for me to get into that mindset in order for me to begin to do exercise. Because the thing is that since I started walking, my left knee has been killing me, like really, really bad. Like, I don't know if you guys notice, every time I get up from my chair when I'm streaming, like I limp the first few steps and whatever. Why? Because of my knee pain. But at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for a walk. If my knee breaks, it fucking breaks at this point. I really don't give two shits. So yeah, again, accountability is something that not a lot of people have it. Their ego doesn't let them have accountability. They always think that they are right and whatever. And hey, I don't know how people can actually live like that and whatever. To be honest, I prefer to get in trouble and accept that it was because of my fault and whatever. And this is the plan that I have in place for this. Again, I really hope that you guys found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form. That my experience will help you guys become a better version of yourself, and how to tackle like different things in life or whatever. It's not like nothing like super meaningful, whatever, etc. But maybe people that see it and will vibe with it. It's like, shit, yeah, maybe I do that. Let me be, more proactive, and okay, hey, I messed up. Hey, sorry, I messed up. And eventually you will see a huge difference. Again, that this doesn't apply only to work. It's applied to your real life as well. Okay. So again, with that being said, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have gotten to this point in the video and everything, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on what you think. Okay. Peace out, homie. Much love.